Hey, this is Nick Nielsen, Mad Scientist of Muscle, and what I've got for you today here is a review of, dare I say, cardio equipment. This is the Dolphin Elliptical from Yosuda bikes. Now, I've reviewed several of their products before, which was the Underdesk stationary bike and the Underdesk mini elliptical. This is clearly, as you can see, a full-size elliptical trainer. This is their highest level model, and to be quite honest, I can see why. This is literally the best elliptical machine that I've ever used, and I've used a fair bit of these things. Now, what you're going to notice first here is that this elliptical is not just handles and then your legs moving. This elliptical has arm handles as well, so as you're doing your legs, you're also doing your arms, incorporating more muscle groups in with your body. Now, what I will tell you is you're not getting a whole lot of resistance in the arms. Mostly they're along for the ride because obviously your legs are bigger, stronger, more powerful. They're going to be doing the majority of the work. When it comes to ellipticals, the biggest benefit of elliptical trainers is not helping you speak properly. It is actually zero impact cardio training, like a stationary bike, but in kind of a more walking pattern. So when you're using this kind of elliptical trainer, you're not having the impact like running, like jogging on the treadmill, but it is giving you a good amount of muscle action and calorie burn. So, it has positives, it has negatives. If you're looking for a low impact kind of training workout, this is a good way to do it. Now, I'm kind of going to run through some of the features of this machine here for you real quick. Like I said, overall, really top quality machine. Now, this down here, you can't really see it from where I'm at because, I have a lot of stuff. And don't mind that cracking sound. Boy, that sounded interesting. But this is a home gym version, so it actually has a handle on the back here where you can pick up the machine, and it has wheels on the front where you can roll it around to where you want to put it. And like I said, don't mind that cracking sound. It's not a reflection of this machine. It's a reflection of this has been basically in this position for quite a while, so that kind of noise is to be expected. Now, the foot pads on here, very wide, very long, good grip on them. Now, they're actually kind of squishy, so they have a little bit of thin foam on here, so it even takes away more of the impact. If there was 0 before, now it's impact -1. So these foot pads give you some grip and allow you to really kind of push forward with your calves if you want to. Now, it's got water bottle holder. These are the arm handles, obviously, and they move in conjunction with the legs. Now, as you kind of get into more of the features here, these stationary handles give you some sensor data. So when gripping on here, as you're doing the training, you can actually measure your heart rate. Now, in terms of heart rate, I did find that to be a good measurement. It was correlated pretty well with other measurements that I've taken, and but that brings me to the body fat measurement here. It's a waste of your time. I'll tell you that right now. They shouldn't have even included this into the mix as an option, because the sensor. This is a cardio machine. This is not a scale. This is not a body fat scale. You grip on here. It sends electrical current just through your upper body. And it pegged me at 32% body fat, which I've never been that in my entire life. Right now, I'm about 13% body fat, so it was more than double the amount wrong on that, so disregard, essentially. The pulse rate was good. These two little things here, you actually have a fan built right into the machine. Now, I'll tell you right now, not really, it's nice, but it's not really a necessity. It blows a little bit of a breeze at you, but it's not really going to do a whole lot for cooling you. Again, the real meat and potatoes of this machine is how smooth it is and the action of it is. These add-ons don't really mean a whole heck of a lot to me personally. It does have a lot of manual options here in terms of resistance. You can come to a pretty decent resistance. It does have an incline setting where you can kind of raise this up a little bit. I honestly didn't find that the incline did a whole lot different for me in terms of just flat and raising the resistance. So for me personally, I didn't really need to do much for the incline, but just increasing the resistance kind of did the trick. So it's got different modes. It's got different workouts that you can put in here, such as interval stuff where it goes up and then down, resistance up and then down. It's got hill climbing and then peaks back down. There's a lot of different things that you can do in terms of the workouts that are built in on here. Me personally, I like to basically use this kind of as a post-workout, more longer duration cardio, or use it as a warm-up that gets the arms and legs moving, gets the core kind of warmed up. In terms of that, it's great training for warming up just about everything in one shot. And then when I do post-workout cardio to basically kind of burn off any fat that's kind of floating around, just basically straight through, keeping to 5 or 10 minutes or so, just at a steady state pace. This one really shines with that because you are involving the upper body, not strongly, so it's not affecting recovery from weight training, but it's kind of just pushing circulation through. And that's a good feature of this machine, which I quite like. So what I want to do now here is actually get on this thing and show you how quiet it is. So to step on this, to grab the handles and then step on. And then hit the start button. And you can hear it, or basically not hear, exactly how quiet this thing is. Now I'll turn up the resistance a little bit, all the way. Basically I'm going to max the sucker out on resistance, kind of give you an idea of what that looks like. 32 settings for resistance, so from no resistance to basically charging with a swamp kind of resistance. So when you're doing it with this, you can actually get some level of upper body resistance going here too. But if you were to do this, you're not kind of on the same level as one of those fan bikes with the arm handles, assault bike, but you can get a pretty decent total body resistance workout out of this. And you can actually control resistance and incline right here on these handles. And in a second here, I'll give you a close-up on the digital screen here. All right, so here's kind of a first-person view of this. You can see your fans right here. I'll turn that on. I don't know if you can feel the breeze blowing, but you get a little bit of breeze. 3 different levels of fan on there. Now, to increase the resistance, you've got the handles right here on the console for resistance, and you've got resistance right here. Now, you can also do incline over here. Like I said, you can increase the incline, but I personally didn't find that much of a difference. You may find differently when you're doing it. Alright, so in addition to these other features on the console, you do have a phone holder right here, phone or tablet, and this just fits right in here. It clamps in, holds pretty much any sized phone or tablet, which is nice for giving you something to do when you're doing kind of a longer duration cardio workout. So you may be wondering why I have this elliptical machine set up in the power rack. Now, it's not for me to do any sort of loaded training while on the elliptical, though the thought did cross my mind. This is basically because that's the only room I have in my gym that's adjacent to a plug-in that this thing could reach. So, those are the considerations you have to take into account. This thing does plug into the wall, and it does require a 3-prong grounded plug-in. But overall, now this is basically the overall thing, this is an elliptical machine. So, there's not a whole lot more I can show you in terms of training on here. It's pretty much limits you to that exact movement. You can do forwards, you can do backwards, whatever you want to do. It primarily comes down to resistance. If you really wanted to, and I've tested this as well, I've set my feet back on the foot plate so that just my forefoot area was on there and my heels were off, so try and get more calf action. And that does work pretty well too. But these are just small tweaks. Now, overall, this Dolphin Elliptical from Yosuda is a fantastic cardio machine, fantastic elliptical trainer. Like I said, it's literally the best elliptical trainer that I've used. And I've used a lot of commercial ones. This goes toe to toe with any of the commercial ones that I've ever tried. It's quiet, it's effective, has a lot of really good features on here, stuff that you were looking for in elliptical and stuff that's going to be very beneficial for you. There's a few add-on features here that I think are kind of unnecessary, but you know, it literally does not hurt anything about the benefits of this machine. So you know, use them if you want to, but they're not necessary. And overall, I would give this machine 5 stars. This is a fantastic cardio machine. If you're looking for a really high quality home gym elliptical machine, this is something I would definitely recommend. It took me, I think, about 2.5 hours to set up. Pretty straightforward. They say that you do technically want 2 people to set it up. I was able to set it up just myself with a little bit of help from other benches to balance stuff onto as I'm setting it up. But it was pretty straightforward. Nothing really too challenging about the assembly. So if you are, like I said, looking for a good home gym elliptical trainer, the Yosuda Dolphin here is something I would give really high marks to.